Fragmentation! Monstrosity on the prowl! The Trigon cannot pick us off easily here. Fragmentation grenade! Enemy reinforcements incoming. Contact imminent. Our tactical advantage deters the Xenos tunneler. A lift station lies just ahead, Meridian. Considering the Trigon's presence is incidental to our objective, utilize the lift to reroute closer to Metrian's peak. Affirmative. Securing efficient transport now. Perplexing. I have transmitted no authorizations. This positioning is disadvantageous. Do not linger too long in any one spot. Transport lift status incomprehensible. Begins, ceases. Begins, ceases. Regroup, relocate. Disregard servo scout. Has arrived. Rally in the lift. Rally point established. Arming up. Reminder, priority is to cover ground as quickly as possible. Xenos countermeasures successful. There is no turning back. Lockdown sector. Finished and ready. Our objective awaits.
Metrian welcomes you to Longinus Gamma Bio Research Facility. Please do not disturb the lift. It would be a waste. I have no music to play while you descend. Use the silence to contemplate your futile, brutal existence in service to a desiccated cause.
Never have I encountered a servo skull that speaks in such a manner.
Viridian, the servo skull is enslaved to an unknown master. I am...
Irritants, silenced. Continue to discuss your fate amongst yourselves. It changes nothing.
The morose servo skull is not our problem.
A suggestion, abandon Gallio's misguided vendetta against the Magos biologists. Do you know what Gallio and Metrian achieved together in the past? Ask about Project Zeta 6, if you ever speak to him again.
Nuisance correction requested. Critical observation. Servo skull is compromised.
Quiet. The damnable thing might be blocking our world. I was worried you had fallen victim to Metrian's mastery of malphonic disruptive frequencies, but now the uncomfortable sensation associated with relief cools my remaining skin. Be warned, Viridian. Metrian cannot hope to stand against such powers, so she will lie and store in hope the Xenos swarm will devour him. Case in point, she has enslaved that servo skull as a crude mouthpiece, but give her word zero credibility for the mission's sake, and your own.
Viridian will remain uncompromised, Magos. Out of ammunition. Converge on objective. There is no turning back. Neutralize core for enemy backup. Tyranids approaching. Engage weapons. Secure primary.
Trying to stop my range.
Reloading ammunition. You can't.
Avenging angel.
Nothing of the shadow.
The Tridon moves to intercept us.
Multiple Xenos encountered.
Astartes, the facility is well stocked in mining gear. Requisition melter charges to eradicate the tunnels and halt the infestation. Authorize those festering holes with molten hatred.
Xenos countermeasures successful.
Eradicate the vermin from the tunnels.
You are
A fine instrument of destruction in my hands.
Delta storage exit 0110 requisition.
Light their tunnels ablaze with melter charges. Burn the flesh from the Xenos.
Utilize melter tactics to negate Xenos presence. Xenos tunnelway negated. War gear.
I hold a melter charge, Prophet.
Authorization denied. Return melter charge at once.
Nullify the
Melter fire will cauterize and fuse their tunnels shut.
melter charge deployment approved. Utilize melter tactics to negate Xenos' presence. Seal the Xenos-infested passage with a thermal weapon.
Decapitation, desiccation, defenestration, dismemberment, disembowelment.
Sterilize these burrows of Xenos.
Annihilate Tyranid rally points.
Do not place melter charges nearby.
Substructure demolition achieved.
The Tyranids will digest your flesh and biomass.
Advance towards objective. Tyranids swarm thin. Reminder, priority is to cover ground as quickly as possible.
Inside the facility, you'll find Mitri cowering in her data enclave.
Galio, old friend of mine. If you missed our binaric discourses, you could have sent communication. I observe you still pathetically cling to views of soft tissue. Remember, meat lacks efficiency, whereas metallic alloys stave off corrosion and degradation for far longer.
How far you have fallen, Ignoel, that I must drag you back into the light.
There is no turning back. We are committed to this cause.
Behold the truth of my faults. I am but a humble brain, patched into a mining facility, and nothing more. What reason exists to pull me from reporting biomass coalescence data firsthand? I pose no threat to Galio or the Imperium, even if I should fall.
Disconnect her synaptic tethers from the facility command terminals. Stand firm. I expect her to route Xenos to assault your locus.
Establish perimeter around console. Commencing signal disruption. Pulling out of console radius. Going for a fast Tyranid. Caution. Reloading. Console disruption tactic successful.
That mortal machinery is ours. All we need to rekindle the light is a power cell.
Requisition a fresh power cell.
I beseech you, Galio, bear witness to the summation of our divine arithmetic from long ago. Remember Project Zeta 6?
As my theorems predicted, your life vector has converged with renegade factors, and Zeta 6 was a waste of computational resources and one perfectly good Crocs. Surrender now, and perhaps leniency can be granted. After the mind probes, of course.
You are a redundant functionary. Your Astarte shall die here, alone, in the dark.
Look at this console, brothers.
Return to Metrian's containment unit. See, Metrian, the more you thrash, the deeper you set our hooks.
These tender claws of Astartes' flesh have accomplished nothing, Galio. My machinations are already achieving my designs. You are fools, peasants.
Silence, Metrian. Meridian, confirm possession of her quivering mass of computational gray matter.
Asset acquired.
Pilot, Meridian is ready for evacuation. Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now, Meridian.
Zone secure. Control objective. Our secure primary.
Tapos yung
Ready for next encounter.
ring. Lakas pa ito.
Adversary conditions deteriorating.
We will be praying particulate from our ceramite for weeks.
My brother. Ispira.
Ammunition restocked. Packing up equipment.
I cannot land with that burrowing abomination floating about. Deep scans have penetrated the atmospheric disturbances, and Metrian's
Additional supplies secured. Multiple positions. Deploying crack grenade. Self-triage. Exfiltration ready.
And the historical dataset she possesses are for Mechanicus eyes only. But rest assured, she is in trustworthy hands now. You have my gratitude for your efforts, and I shall recommend some honorifics for your service, of course. There is much to pass, much to learn, and much to reminisce about.